physical game, but no scratches. I'm surprised.
No scratches today in playing against Tumba, James Karnick.
Actually, small scratch, small scratch. I stand corrected, but yeah, a little bit of a physical game today, but not bad.
Nice opponent, right, Kevin Tumba? A guy that wants to bang a lot.
Yeah, it's okay if it's done safely. I think there was a couple ones that were a little iffy, but you know, I can't hate for playing aggressive because that's part of my game style too, right? But I feel like I try to do a little bit more ethically, but yeah.
You were with your hands up all the time, even on the free throws. Like, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, because there was a lot of kind of hooking and going on, so I wanted to show the ref that like you can't really hook like this, right? You know, if people are kind of getting up and down, it's kind of hard to see who's hooking who. So if you just do this, they know it's not you hooking, right? So.
I saw a cool thing in the first half, especially where you guys played no zone from the start. It was man-to-man straight for 20 minutes. Was that written in the game plan? We're going to do that either way, or was it like a game time decision with, okay, if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, we'll switch back to zone?
Coach definitely discussed that. Ideally, all games we want to play man. You know, I feel like sometimes our intensity isn't there, and I mean, the fans and the viewers all know how it goes. So ideally, we want to be a man team that's pressuring and stuff like that, and I think we were all just locked in unison today, so we didn't need to play zone. Honestly, even when we did play zone, I didn't even feel like it was necessary. It was kind of more just throw them off guard. But I was like, I kind of was liking man. We're still good at momentum man. So yeah, I mean, but it was coach's call. And look, we got 3 stops in a row with the zone. So you know, I'm wrong.
I wouldn't say you're wrong, but I think the zone could be a nice weapon. But as you say, you don't want to use zone all the time because it gets frustrating with people shooting over you and all that, right?
Yeah, especially it's hard for refs to kind of see the box outs too, because usually, and us to see the box outs, but a lot of times when you're like zone, like you're even having to box out, and then people can kind of bump you or kind of push you out and push you under, which should be a foul, but not always called. But when you're playing man, you know, you can box out when the shots, when you know exactly who you're boxing out, so it's a lot easier for boxing out, and I feel like that's something that we kind of struggle in zone with the rebounding. I wonder if that couple little spree where they had the offensive rebounds, I think that might have been out of zone. So, I mean, yeah, you get hurt like that a little bit, you know, and I don't think there was any times like that. I mean, maybe the odd one, you know, there was definitely one where there was over the back and they didn't call it, and they got an offensive rebound on me and man, but
I was in the stands for this game, and I was shouting, yes.
Yeah, there's a couple ones. The ref told me it was a foul, and I said, so why didn't you call it? And he says, you just got to box him out, and I said,
I did.
Yeah, so I was a little bit confused about that one, because he said it was a foul. I said, so if he does this, it's a foul. He said yes, and he said, so that was a foul. He said yes, but you just have to box him out. And I was like, oh, okay. So,
but it's all about the next play mentality, isn't it?
Yeah. But I like I forgot to ask his name. There was one ref that I felt like was playing a pretty fair game. You know, it's nice to kind of refreshing when refs will have a conversation with you and discuss, but sometimes they just don't want to talk to you, and I don't know, they kind of some of them get off on like, you know, let's see if I can get this guy a little frustrated. So, you know, I should probably watch by the other side. I don't want to get fined. You know, so, but,
It's all right. You haven't called anyone's names yet, so that's okay. I was going back in my mind to the game you guys played away against Giants Antwerp, and the complete turnaround that we've seen through this game. That's the season, right? That's the season in a nutshell.
Yeah. I could tell you the main difference, because we even had our full team for that one. We were all healthy. Like, David and I missed the last game. And so what's different? Well, one, we didn't have to do the travel. But two, I think you could see in this game we were playing a lot more for ourselves, or not for ourselves, together. Yeah. And that first game, it was a lot more playing for ourselves. And, I mean, I don't think it was malicious or anything like that, but, you know, sometimes, so there's times where you have to make plays. I mean, I did it today, right? Yeah. But then there's times where, you know, you let it get in the way of the team, and
you don't want to be 5 islands on a court.
Exactly. Good analogy.
You guys have a couple of tough games coming up, especially the ones against Weert and Den Helder will be pretty important for getting into the playoffs and having a good position in the playoffs. Looking forward to that busy time.
Yeah, it's going to be busy. It's going to be very important for us to take care of our bodies too. So I think we got, is it 5 days or 6 days before the next 5 days?
I think 5, yeah. But counting is not my strongest part.
Yeah, me neither. I thought yesterday I thought it was Friday, so, you know. So it's going to be very crucial for us to take care of our bodies and do what we have to do in these 5 days to make sure we're ready for that stretch.
Make sure you are, James.
I will be there, and I'll be ready.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Tavian Dunmartin, I got to start at the end of the game. Strange place to start, but you did the night celebration.
Yeah, they was talking a little during the end of the third, so I had to send them packing.
For the people who don't know what that is, what is the night celebration? It's a Steph Curry thing, right?
Yes, got it from Steph Curry. Basically means like the game's over.
Yeah.
No more need to try, I guess.
You guys played against a strong Antwerpen side that beat you pretty badly in the first time you saw them in Antwerp. A lot more man today. How was that for you as well, especially?
I feel like it was good. Show us we got. What can I can and cannot say on here?
You can say a lot of things. I don't know what you want to say.
I was just saying it showed that we got some nuts, some balls.
You can say that.
Okay. Yeah, it just showed that we got some heart, that we can play man with anybody. So I feel like it's going to be used more often.
Yeah, because they have a couple of really strong physical dudes, strong physical guards as well. You got smacked in the face by the Torrens guy one time. So it's a pretty physical side playing against, right?
It definitely is. I feel like I get beat up every game, but it is what it is. We just got to fight through it. They foul us, just be smart about it and get them back too.
Next play mentality, right?
Of course, on the next play.
You guys are going into a very tough stretch against Weert and Den Helder. Both of those teams are also in a fight to get into the playoffs, which you guys are, of course, as well. It's a busy period, though. How are you keeping track of your body, keeping healthy and all that?
Just treatment every day. Just trying to get as much recovery as possible, especially after practice, maybe before practice. But just trying to recover every day, stay off my feet, not do too much.
And what is not doing too much?
Probably play the game. Sit on my butt all day, play the game.
What games do you play then?
Call of Duty. That's really about it right now. Just Warzone.
And there's a new Warzone coming out, right? So you can do a lot of sitting on your butt.
Yeah, Verdansk or something like that. But yeah, I'll be playing with my friends. So.
A shooter is a shooter, right?
Always gonna shoot, baby.
Thank you very much, Tavian. Ready? Jason DeRusso, gefeliciteerd allereerst. Een win waarvan ik eerlijk moet zeggen dat we hem misschien allemaal niet zagen aankomen.
Ja, ik ben heel trots op de jongens. Ze hebben wel heel veel karakter vandaag getoond. En ze hebben aan de gameplan gehouden. En ik was heel trots met hoe ze hebben man-to-man gespeeld vandaag. Dus dat helpt. Ik denk dat geeft ons een beetje vertrouwen en energie als wij verder gaan.
Ja, want jullie speelden de hele eerste helft man-to-man. Wat was de doorslaggevende factor voor jou waarom je vandaag met man begon?
Ja, ik denk het was wel duidelijk dat iedereen heeft voor onze zone gevoorbereid. Echt gevoorbereid. Dus ja, ik dacht we moeten een beetje mix it up. En de bedoeling was even zien hoe het gaat. Maar de man was, ze hebben echt... De point of attack was veel beter vandaag, meer fysiek. En wanneer was niet goed, wij hebben als team het opgelost. Dus, maar uiteindelijk ze hebben veel schoten gemist, maar ze waren meestal semi-contested of contested. En dan kun je wel van wonen.
Ja, en dan kun je de zone ook weer gebruiken om de aanval aan te vallen als het ware.
Ja, dat was de bedoeling. We hebben een paar keer gebruikt. Maar het was de togetherness, hoe ze hebben, they were echt connected vandaag aan die kant. En wij hebben nog steeds 82 opgegeven, maar wij zijn, als het goed gaat, wij zijn zeer gevaarlijk met aanval.
Jullie zijn ook high pace, dus dan zijn er meer possessions, dus krijg je automatisch ook wat meer punten tegen, toch?
Ja, ja. I mean, dat hoeft niet, maar ja, uiteindelijk is de bedoeling. Wij willen wel op een hogere pace spelen. Omdat ik geloof dat laat onze wapens onszelf laten zien, zeg maar. De talent can come out. Maar ja, je moet wel verdedigen en we hebben genoeg gedaan vandaag om de win te pakken.
Jullie hebben nu een hele zware stretch die eraan staat te komen. Hoe hou je nu deze mentality, deze groepsdynamiek, hoe hou je dit vast? Want dat is natuurlijk wel een probleem geweest dit seizoen. Vandaag zie ik Kevin Toomba die met een paar spelers van Donau tegen de grond gaat. Meteen 3 gasten eromheen die onze speler overeind helpen en blijven staan zo van not in our house. Hoe houden we dit vast?
Ja, dat is een goede vraag. Ik denk dat als je ziet en als je ervaart, dan kun je gewoon leren. En de boodschap is, we hebben het vaker dit jaar laten zien, maar dan wij hebben een dip. En ik hoop dat nu wij kunnen wel de consistency vinden en even begrijpen dat je moet dit niveau van energie laten zien. Wij zijn niet goed genoeg om het niet te doen. En, maar wanneer wij dat hebben, wij kunnen met iedereen spelen. Dus ja, dat.
Succes Jason.
Dankjewel.
Thank you.